all of us have, over the years, experienced people talking about Israel and very often misquoting, taking out of context, or sometimes not knowing the facts. This afternoon, I had a chance to speak with Ambassador Kovacs and the Hungarian ambassador to Brussels, and Mr. Megesi. And they, both of them, are involved with the Hungarian government. And they pointed out something that I did not realize, because when we spoke on Saturday night, I did not realize that the Prime Minister had had something in the paper the day before that about Jobbik. And I'd like to at least read what he said, because I think it's very important for us at least to hear. The question was, is the Jobbik Party a danger to democracy? This was asked by a journalist to Prime Minister Orban. His answer was, yes, it is a real danger, an increasing danger that is rooted in the economic crisis seriously affecting the EU. Political trends driven by hate, anger, and frustration are appearing throughout the world. Europeans have a tendency to look for a scapegoat, and this is always a dangerous thing. We in Hungary must be especially careful to act as categorically as possible against this phenomenon. If we want to protect democracy, we must take a firm stand against Jobbik. Jobbik has developed a political ideology that quite obviously violates the human rights of Jews, and both as an individual and on a community level. This was, I feel, a strong statement about Jobbik, and I apologize to Ambassador Kovacs by not knowing that beforehand, and unfortunately my Hungarian is rusty, so I did not see the article, and I would like that to be put in the record that the Prime Minister really did take a stand against Jobbik, and I appreciate that. I'd like to make one other announcement, if I could, before closing remarks. There was a whole conversation before about Iran and the fact of the various countries in Europe that are trading with Iran, particularly Italy, Germany, and the third one, Spain, I think it was, Switzerland. Switzerland is probably up there. I spoke about 6 new commissions. One of them is a business advisory commission, which we are setting up, and one of its major tasks, in addition to attending all different types of meetings like Davos and in Israel, for example, Herzliya, and throughout the world, is a question of understanding and finding which businesses are in fact trading with Iran, and be able to put the necessary pressure on that. And we have asked Eduardo Elstein to head that commission, and he did a fantastic job in the governing board trying to keep 250 people in one place at one time, and did a wonderful job. And we're asking him now to head that council, and I would like you all, as you have information about what's going on, to please give it to him. And if you want to, you can send this picture around to the Iranians that we're going after them, by talking seriously. And as part of that council, he'll be on the necessary committees that will allow him to be able to present it to the various people. And again, Eduardo, congratulations, and thank you very much for agreeing to take this commission. Okay. Do you accept?
With the being member of the executive and the steering committee.
The necessary committees, yes.
Yes? Good for you. Done.
Wonderful. Now, my closing remarks. In the 77 years of the World Jewish Congress, I was not at all during the 77 years. I have to say, in my recent memory, this was one of the most important gatherings we've ever done. There were issues coming out that we've never touched really. And I walk away from this more and more convinced we made the right decision coming to Budapest. I think everything could not have been better as far as facilities and security, and I am very, very happy we did come here. I think we saw certain things. We understood about Jobbik. We understood about the various movements taking place. And we understand the difficulties. We understand the difficulties of governments coming to grips with this. I think the decision we made about going after various legislation, country by country, was the right decision. I think also the discussion about Hezbollah and getting it on the list is extraordinarily important, and it is truly a terrorist organization. We may have to settle for Hezbollah military wing being on the terrorist list and not the whole institution. I'd like to go for it, but the question is, whatever it is, we must work very, very hard on that. And lastly, we spoke about what's happening to Israel and the delegitimization there and what has to be done to do our part, particularly in that very special English word, hasbara, to be able to handle it. I am extraordinarily encouraged by the people I've spoken to. I think I've literally spoken to everybody here. At least I've shaken everyone's hand. Those who I missed, please find me afterwards. But the fact is that I've been enormously impressed by the people, your dedication, and your understanding, because it's not easy what you're doing. And many of the places you are coming from, you're very much alone. And to come here together and what you're doing, being Jewish is not easy all the time. And somehow sticking up for what you believe in is even tougher. I am honored to be the president of the World Jewish Congress, and thank you for your votes. And I think the team we have put together is very, very special. It's about 10 years or 15 years younger than any team we've had in the past, which would not be hard. But the fact is that I'm delighted. We have a lot of things to do, and I think there is no other organization like the World Jewish Congress that can do it. I thank you for your trust, and now I'd like to also thank Ram Stern and his group who put all the effort together. Where's John? John, thank you, and Ram, thank you. And I don't know if Robert Singer, knowing what he knows now, would have taken the job. I didn't tell him all the things he was up against. But from now on, whatever goes wrong is his fault. And thank you very, very much, Robert, for joining, and we look forward to working with you and all of you. Safe trip home. Thank you.